In ground realistic battles, ground attack is usually the first role that is taken by aircraft. In this video we take a look at the top 5 close air support or attack aircrafts at Tier 1 in tank realistic battles. At number 5.
The BB-1 is one of the best low BR ground attackers available in Soviet tech tree. The bomb options in the machine gun loadouts allow for this attacker to drop bombs on ground targets along with strafing them with machine guns. Once past the targets, the BB-1 can easily maneuver around and begin the attack run again. In mixed battles, the most potent loadout is the II-250 kg option, which will destroy or critically damage most tanks around this BR. It's advisable to take the 12. The BB-1 has bomb sight for accurate bombing. 50 kg loadout, as it will allow you to engage more targets and require precise aiming. Enemy attackers and fighters which come along will attempt to eliminate the BB-1, but will quickly realize there is a rear-facing dorsal turret which a gunner mans a 7.62mm machine gun, which are relatively fast-firing and can be quite effective at times, hitting, damaging, and disabling aircraft which choose to sit on the BB-1's tail. Though not a strong suit of the attacker, it can, if need be, engage as a fighter. The BB-1 can tank a fair few hits from rifle caliber MG, but anything armed with 12.7mm heavy machine gun or larger will tear it apart. This attacker will not win any speed records when dogfighting, though, with its large wings and rudder. Albeit climbing isn't its strong suit. It is recommended to set a 1.5-second fuse for low-altitude attacks. After you are out of bombs, you can engage other fighters' attackers or strap out AAA. Light tanks and open-topped vehicles, these are plentiful in low-tier ground battles.
Number 4.
The Yak II is a Rank 1 Soviet strike aircraft with a battle rating of 2.3. The Yak II finds itself in an excellent position as a Rank I aircraft, as either a fighter-bomber interceptor or as a ground attacker. As a low-level attacker, this aircraft does a great job of getting to targets where it can strategically bomb vehicles and anti-aircraft guns, and when the bombs run out, the 20mm and 7.62mm machine guns can be turned on them to also inflict damage and destruction. In ground RB, the Yak II can act as an excellent fighter, as it excels in low-altitude combat. You can also exploit the 4FAB 100S on board to hit light targets like tank destroyers and SPAAs. The Yak II is highly maneuverable and fast at the low altitudes of dogfights in the game mode, and the twin cannons will shred enemy airframes, although take care on expelling too much ammunition, as you can only carry 150 rounds per cannon. Do not attempt heavy dives as the controls easily lock up, and the cockpit has no forward-facing protection, so head-on attacks are very risky. Despite its size and use as an attacker, no defensive armament exists on the aircraft. The Yak II controls stiffen at high-speed dives, although the maneuverability is redeeming, important to keep up its speed. The Yak II aircraft has only one armor plate, and that is the 8mm steel plate located behind the pilot's seat, and no defensive armaments. The plexiglass cockpit windows all around the pilot, including the entire front face, are just standard plexiglass, and this makes it very dangerous when maneuvering into a head-on attack. Both engines are unprotected and could take damage, and typically any damage taken from a head-on attack results in critical damage or total failure of the hit component. Number 3.
The I-153 M62 Chaika is a Rank 1 Russian biplane with a battle rating of 2. The Chaika is a biplane, so don't expect much in the way of survivability. Your greatest protection is your maneuverability, so use it when you can. The only armor on the aircraft is a 8mm steel plate behind the pilot. The Chika is armed with 4 rapid-firing machine guns with large ammo reserves. Also, tracer belts easily light this on fire, and the burning is usually fatal. As a result, turn fighting to keep yourself out of enemy guns is advisable. This small biplane is quite deadly as a close air support aircraft. It can carry 450 kg bombs, which can still be relatively effective at 2.0 BR or the lethal RBS-82 rockets, 4 on each wing. These effectively function as APHE, as they deal little to no damage if a direct hit does not occur. If it does, however, it will instantly destroy the tank with a single hit. Therefore, if you are comfortable with your aim, you can destroy up to 2 to 4 targets per sortie, and a few more with some strafing. Due to its low stall speed and incredible maneuverability, the I-153 can easily be pulled out of a dive at very low altitude. SPAA are a considerable threat, however, as the Chika isn't exactly a hard target to hit if the pilot is unaware of their surroundings. The Chika has some disadvantages. It has low speed compared to monoplanes. Vulnerable to boom and zoom, especially when climbing. Frail airframe, can be destroyed or crippled with a few well-placed hits. Not suited to head-on attacks and loses a lot of performance if the engine is hit.
Number 2.
The F-2A1 Buffalo is a Rank 1 American naval fighter. The Buffalo is a competitive machine if using the proper tactics versus the proper enemy. The Buffalo can outrun biplanes and can outturn most monoplanes. This plane will get a pilot used to the American style of playing using boom and zoom, and armaments of powerful 50 caliber machine guns. Surprisingly, especially at its BR, the Buffalo can be effectively used as a close air support fighter in ground RB. Using the armor-piercing rounds for the M2, this plane can not only destroy soft targets such as open-top AA vehicles, but also damage a majority of its tanks in its BR from the top. If the skies are clear, drop the throttle to 0%, dive down at an enemy, preferably in a vertical angle to minimize the enemy armor's angling effect, and send your 50 caliber rounds right through the enemy's turret. With the Buffalo's superior firepower, you will most likely disable, or if you are lucky, knock out the enemy with a single pass. As you exit the pass, throttle your engine to WEP as you climb back to your original altitude. Rinse and repeat, you will be a formidable threat to your opponent. The Buffalo has some weaknesses. Especially tail damage usually results in the rudder and elevators flying off. And no armor plating or armor for the pilot.
Number 1.
The HE-112A0 is a Rank 1 German fighter. The HE-112A0 is a very solid plane. Being fully metal and equipped with a 20mm MGC/30L cannon, it is quite a formidable foe in the hands of a decent Rank 1 pilot. In ground RB, you can have up 47mm of penetration, using an APIT round, combined with a very accurate cannon, will let you, with enough luck, to destroy 3 to 4 tanks before running out of ammo. Normally, the best belt for this will be the ground targets belt. But using it is risky, because it is ineffective against planes, and will require many hits, in order to destroy a target. HE-112A0 has many advantages. Decent speed. Decent rate of climb when fully upgraded. Extremely versatile, can do both turn fighting and energy fighting depending on the opposition. Excellent cannon, air targets belts have brilliant HEFIT rounds. Default ammo belt consists of 75% high explosive HEFIT shells. APIT rounds have good penetration, over 40mm, making them good against lightly armored targets. Cannon has 100 rounds, but the slow rate of fire means that you can make these 100 rounds last. On the other side, HE-112A0 has many downsides. Exposed cockpit. No armor to protect the pilot. HEFIT does inconsistent damage. Aiming is difficult, needs a lot of experience. Cannon has a slow rate of fire, thus low 1-second burst mass, making quick deflection shots less effective. Cannon has a rather low ammo count, only 100 rounds. No backup machine guns. Once the cannon ammo is gone, you will have to wait or return to the air base to rearm. No WEP or war emergency power.
Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.